Hey everybody, Justin Rodino here from the E-MetroTel Partner Enablement Team, discussing with you our newest model of the E-MetroTel phone system, the UC202. The UC202 is a SIP-based IP phone that has a lot of feature functionality that you would expect from a Nortel phone, only this one runs solely over IP and doesn't have Unistim. Today, I'm going to take you through some quick steps on how to set up the 202. First thing you notice, we've only got an Ethernet cord going to the back of it. It's solely power over Ethernet, or if you want, you can plug it into the wall. But why have two cords when you can only have one? Next thing we're going to do, once it's up and running, is go ahead and hit the OK button twice. So you can see here's the OK button. We're going to go ahead and hit that twice. And what that's going to do is that's going to take us into the system menu and show us the DHCP address that the phone got. It says WAN IP because we plug it into the actual WAN port at the back of the phone, even though it's a local area address network. So, now that we've got that IP address, let's go ahead and transition over to the next step, which is going to be web-based. Now that we've got the IP address from the phone by pressing the OK button, I'm going to type that address into my browser and hit enter, and it's going to take me to a login page. The default user is admin, and the default password is admin as well. So I'm going to go ahead and click login, and I can see it's grabbed a DHCP address, and the IP address is the same as what we saw on the physical handset itself. Under WAN, under LAN, it's got a different address, and that's if we've got our phone VLANed off. But in this case, I only use the WAN port, so I don't need to worry about the LAN port. And I'm going to click on Wizard. Wizard's going to say, let me leave it in DHCP. The display name is going to be my extension, 77111, which I've already pre-configured on my UCX. The UCX server address is 192.168.1.25. I've got the default port because I'm inside my firewall. If I was outside my firewall, I could use a DNS address and a different port if I've configured SIP to be more secure than normal. My authentication user, again, is the same extension, the password. And the SIP user is the same as the extension again. I'm going to go ahead and enable registration, hit next. It's going to tell me everything that it's doing, and I'm going to go ahead and click finish. What this is actually going to do is it's going to reboot the phone. So if I was physically looking at the phone right now, it'd go ahead and it'd say it's rebooting itself. So there we can see the phone's rebooting itself now that it's taking the configuration changes. And shortly after it comes back alive and puts the configuration changes in place, we should see it initialize, and it will actually register our SIP trunk for us of extension 77111 that we set up just a second ago in the wizard. Now the displays come back up and we're all configured. Now that we've seen the phone reboot itself and what it does, there's one other small configuration change that I like to make, which makes it just a little bit easier for me. I'm based in the United States, so one of the things I'm going to do is go ahead and choose phone. So if I go ahead and click phone, you can see the tone standard is based on a Chinese ringtone. Well, I'm based in the United States and we have different sounds for our ringtones. So I'm going to go ahead and enable that tone and click apply. Once I've done that, I can also go in and do one more small thing. Choose network and then choose time and date. And what this is going to allow me to do is set the time and date to the time zone in which I'm in. So we're based in Seattle here. We're going to go ahead and choose Pacific time, and I'm going to leave it on a 24-hour clock, so I'm going to leave the box unchecked. And my date format, I like to have January 1st, Monday, and I'm going to hit apply. Now that the phone's rebooted, all we've got left to do is test the configuration. So let's go ahead and key line 1, which is the default SIP1 line. We can hear that we've got a US dial tone, so we're doing good. And we can dial 77000 followed by the pound key, which means send. And we can see that it's sending it successfully.